Hello, everyone. This is author Esther Julianne McDaniel. I have not been online for over a week, and I wanted to talk to you today about why. Some of you know that I have been ill, but I did not talk about what what my illness was and how severe it was. But obviously, it was severe enough that I did not come online. And I've given this much thought. I am embarrassed by my illness. And I really didn't want to let you know what I had. But after giving this some thought, I decided that talking about this is a good reminder for all of us about a health condition that we need to be aware of. So, what I had is called Cryptosporidium. And what it is a parasite. So, you may be wondering, how did I get a parasite? I haven't traveled yet. I did last year, and I traveled successfully. I did not go out of the States. I was in States, but I traveled the eastern part of the United States, and I managed to get home without getting sick. Actually, I came back healthier than when I left. So, how did I end up with Cryptosporidium? Got to make sure I say that correctly. I've done some research on it, and I've talked with my doctors about it. This is one of those illnesses that is spread, not airborne. So I could be in the same room as you and you will not catch it from me. So this is not an airborne thing. This is something that got into my system through something I ate. So one of the ways that it enters our system is when somebody has not washed their hands properly after toileting and they have Cryptosporidium and they don't know that they have it yet. And so they've used the toilet and then have not washed their hands properly and then touched something that I then touched. So this could have been transmitted the week that I was moving when I was eating out more often. Yes, we can get them from restaurants. If somebody has toileted and not washed their hands properly afterwards and then returned to work and prepared some food and then I ingested that food, yes, I could have gotten it that way. That is how this is spread. They could have touched something. It could have been, my home is a brand new build home. And yes, I am not finished unpacking yet. I was not feeling well. But even the workers that used the porta potty and then came in here and continued working, if I touched something that they had touched after toileting, I could have gotten it without knowing it. Now, I assumed that everything was nice and clean in here. And yes, the company that built the house cleaned the house before it got into our possession. So how could that be possible? Well, come to find out, Cryptosporidium does not get killed with chlorine. So you could use chlorine wipes, Clorox wipes, and this does not get killed by that. So I could have gotten it that way. Come to find out, they also live in swimming pool water. And I went swimming a week before I moved. And I had started getting ill around the time that I moved, but I'd be sick for a day or two and then I'd feel better. And then I'd be sick for a day or two and then I'd feel better. And my symptoms weren't getting any worse. It would just come back, and it wasn't bad. It was a very, very, very mild case. But about a month later, I got really sick. It affected me really bad. And by this time, I'd been ill for about a month without knowing that I'd been ill the whole entire time, because this is something that you'll start to have symptoms for, and then you'll get better, and then you'll start to have symptoms, and then you'll get better, but you've got it the whole time. And so I thought, that I wasn't that ill. But after a month of this, I was pretty weakened, and I just did not have the energy to do anything. So I had not even come online. I just vegged out in my chair. And so I finally, after a week of the worst symptoms, and it wasn't easing up no matter what I was taking over the counter, I went into the doctor's and got tested, which is how they found this. So I decided, even though I've been embarrassed by this, that the best thing I can do is to let you know what it was I was ill with. And yes, I had to get a medication. This is not something you want, because if you don't have insurance, the medication is gonna set you back. So mine was like approximately $950, and I have very good insurance. And so I really didn't have to pay that much on it with my copay, my insurance taking it and taking care of it. But if you don't have insurance, and it was only for 6 pills, I only had to take 2 pills a day for 3 days in order to kill this and get it out of my system. But if you have a weakened immune system, it will take you longer to get over. And most people can get over this without having to take the medication. But because I've had it for as long as I've had it, I had to take the medication. I do have some immune system troubles. My body does not react properly to certain things. And so it's really important that when we toilet, that we wash our hands. And this is why people that work for restaurants are required to wash their hands for 20 seconds or longer before returning to work. We should not only be washing our hands after toileting, but we should also be washing our hands before we eat, after we eat also. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm wash my hands before I ate, yes, but to wash my hands after I ate, well, unless my hands got dirty, I didn't. So I could have gotten this any number of ways. Produce can carry it. And so chlorine does not kill this. They have found that it is more effective to use hydrogen peroxide. So I normally use chlorine wipes on my counters after I prep food, and for just general cleaning purposes, make sure that I've killed everything. I'm not killing this bug. I hadn't been. And so I'm going to have to start using some hydrogen peroxide, because I do not want to get this again. But because I was so sick for so long, my preparations for making another trip to the eastern parts of the United States has been delayed. I had some lab results that were not real good. My test results were just mildly wrong, and so my doctor wants to. And no, this was with blood work. This was not the test for the cryptosporidium, but something else came back slightly abnormal. Not much to worry about, but they want to retest me in 6 weeks, and so that means that I have to delay my trip. And because I need to delay my trip, probably not going to make it to the eastern part of the United States, Massachusetts area for sure, until the end of October or the beginning of November. I do not have dates yet, as I'm just finally feeling well enough to start doing things again. But I will be in contact with you and let you know when I will be coming back. So the lesson of the day is Clorox wipes Clorox bleach, no matter how much you clean your house with it, does not kill this. And so wash your hands for at least 20 seconds after toileting, before you eat and after you eat. That's the best prevention. Make sure you wash your fruits and vegetables before you cook them or eat them if you don't cook them. And try to clean up with some hydrogen peroxide. That will help also. So, good lesson for the day. And just wanted to touch base with you and let you know that I'm falling behind. Obviously, if I haven't worked that much in a couple of weeks, I've fallen behind. But I'm going to be starting to get my work done again. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for paying attention to what's going on. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your prayers. Keep them up, that everything will go back to normal as I heal up, and that I'll get everything scheduled with the trip. So I'm looking forward to getting back to work and to talking with you again. This is Esther Julianne McDaniel saying, have a nice day.